Welcome to Arithmetic for 4th grade. This is lessons 135 and 136. Decided to try to combine the lesson videos so that you didn't have to go to two different videos. Okay, so we will be looking at pages 243 and 244, which is a review page, and then 245 and 246. Okay, we're going to start with some multiplication flashcards. Okay, 7 times 8, you say that one. 56, good. 7 times 6. 42. 21. 54. 108. 25, that one's easy. 50, that one's also easy. 72. Okay. 36. 80. 144, 84, 110, remember we add a 0 to the 11, 96, 70, 81, 27, 48, and we're back to 56. All right, if you struggled with those, you might want to go back on the video and just try those again. Get those cemented into your head. You may pause the video to take your speed drills, lesson 135 and 136, and if those are ready for you. If not, you can take them after the lesson. Give you just a moment, and then we will begin with our pages. All right, so looking at lesson 135 page, we're going to review on the board with some of our multiplication of fractions. When we have a fraction that we are multiplying, we need to check to see if we can cancel, right? And so we use our divisibility rules that we know, and we say, okay, what can go into both 7 and 21? Is there a way to cancel those two? Can 7, sometimes if you've got a small number and a larger number, sometimes that number can go into it, sometimes it can't, but can 7 go into 21? Yes, it can. And so 7 divided by 7 is 1. What is 21 divided by 7? It will be 3, okay? What about 4 and 22? Can 4 go into 22? No, it can't, okay? But is there a number that can go into both of these? Yes, 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 22 divided by 2 is 11. Now we can multiply across. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 11 is 11, and 6/11 is our answer, and that would be the lowest terms, okay? This one, 2/5 times 5, 6, we've got 2 that are the same number, right? We can divide them both by 5 and get 1, okay? 2 and 6, 2 can go into both of them. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3, okay? Now we're left with 1s and a 3, so 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 3 is 3. Don't forget to multiply across, and 3 is not the answer, it's 1/3, okay? And there's a difference between 1/3 and 3. If I give you 1/3 of an apple, I'm not even giving you a whole apple. But if I give you 3 apples, do you see the difference between 3 and a third? Because if I give you 3 apples, then you have 3 whole apples. But if I give you 1/3 of an apple, you don't even have 1 whole apple. So that is that's one way to check it to see if that makes sense, okay? On your page, I'm gonna just let you mark what I want you to do on this page, and then we'll move on to looking at counting back change. So on this, you're gonna do number 1. You need to make sure that you draw this box with a ruler, okay? Don't make it so big. Don't fill this entire space with the box because you're going to be writing things on the outside of the box. So I want you to make sure that you give yourself some space around the box to write the title on the top, the names on the side, and the numbers on the bottom. And, well, that would be the easiest. You don't really have room to write the numbers up the side instead and the names on the bottom. So since there's only 3 names, do your numbers on the bottom that represent the books, okay? And I would start with doing an inch tall, and then you can, then it would fit to do about 3 inches wide or long, okay? So 1 inch tall, 3 inches wide, and then make it a box. And then you can fill in all the details. And you're going to draw that bar graph. And if you're having questions with that, if you have your previous papers, you can look back at that. If not, you can, your parents can ask me. Okay, number 2, section 2, I'm going to have you do all of those. And the one thing that I want to note is that you need to, I do not want any of those blanks to be 1 or the number that it is, okay? So you can't have, for A, you can't have 1 and 32. You need to come up with 2 factors that are not those numbers. So come up with, like for 32, you could have 8 and 4 because that is, those 2 numbers are factors of 32, okay? And you can take my answer for that one, that's fine. And for number 3, you just have to do, you don't have to do the 2 green problems, okay? So you can mark those that you're just doing A, B, D, and E. Number 4, because these are still kind of new to us, I want you to do both of them. And then on the back, between 5 and 6, pick 4 to do. And I want you to at least do 1 divide, okay? So pick 4 to do in those 2 sections, and then there is the homework that you're doing as well. So that now let's move on to counting back change. And we've got, I have some numbers up here on the board. $10 if I have, and I'm gonna pull out our money. $10, and I need change if I want to buy something for $7.29. So I'm going to go and I have a $10 bill, and I'm going to hand this to the cashier, and they're going to give me change. And there's a way to count back change to get back up to $10. Okay, so what you're going to do is we start with the lowest denomination. So we have $7.29. The easiest is to start with the penny, okay? The penny gets us, 1 penny brings us up to $7.30, okay? I'm going to use this to put it. So we're gonna come back to that one. So 1 penny gets us to $7.30, okay? $7.30. We'll get the eraser that fell. All right, now from 7.30, as we're counting up, which would be easier, to do dimes or nickels? What do you think, dimes or nickels? So it would be dimes, because with this we can go from 7.30 to 7.40. And another dime gets us to 7.50. Okay? When we are working with counting back change, you want to use the easiest ones to use would be getting us to With dimes, we want to get to a 25, a 50, a 75, so we can get to use quarters. So that's the goal in the counting back, is to get to the quarters, okay? So I'm gonna borrow this one. We're at 750, so if we put 1/4, we're at 775. I'm gonna go back up just because I don't think you'll be able to see them if I don't go up. And then that's gonna fall. Okay, I'm gonna bring that down. Let that sit right there, okay? 1 more quarter brings us to $8. When we get to $8, when we get to $1, then we're trying to get to $10, right? So if we're at $8, now we can just bring dollars into it, okay? So $8, how many dollars am I gonna need to get to $10? We can count that. So $8, $9, $10, right? Okay? So I'm gonna put this up here. Grab another couple of our magnets. And we'll count this together, okay? So we had 729. We're gonna do a penny, and we're gonna say 730, 740, 750, 775, $8, $9, $10. Now, we can also look back and we can say, okay, how much change did we actually get, okay? So we have our $2, right? So I'm gonna write this right here. I'm gonna write the $9 and then $10. But over here, I'm gonna write $2, right? Because this was the dollars that we got back. And then we can count the change. 25, 50, 60, 71. $2.71 is what I got back from $10 when I bought something for $7.29, okay? So that's the way to count back. I'm gonna do it with one more. So let me go ahead and get that. It's this one. This time I'm gonna give a $5, okay? And I wanna buy something for $1.67, okay? So we've got our $5 that we're gonna put up here. So just so you can see that, I'm gonna put $5, and then $1.67 is how much it costs, okay? Again, we're gonna start with the penny because it's our smallest coin, and if we're not at a 5 or a 10 at the end, you wanna start with penny, okay? So the penny gets us to $1.68, but we're not to a 0 or a 5, so we've got 2 more we're gonna add to this, okay? I'm gonna put them in line this time. So I'll put them like this. So $1.68, one more gets us $1.69, and then we're at $1.70, okay? Now we're at 70. So we want to get, what did I say we needed to get to in order to use a quarter? 25, 50, or 75. Now, how would we get to 75 from 170? We need a nickel, okay? So we're gonna use a nickel this time. So this gets us to 175, okay? Now, I'll move this up a little. We'll see if we can squeeze the quarter at the bottom. Yep, okay. So now we're at $2. Now we're at our dollars and we can just add however many dollars we need, right? Okay, so we're at $2. $1 gives us $3, right? And how many do we need to get to? 5, okay? So another one gets us $4. And one more gets us to $5. Okay? So we count this up together. This penny starts at 1. So we started at 167. We're going to count up from there. So 168, 169, 170, 175, $2, $3, $4, $5, okay? That's our way to count back. And then we can count and we can see how much how much money we did get back. So we start with our dollars. $1, $2, $3. And then 25, 30, 31, 32, 33. $3.33, okay? What you're gonna do in this first section is you're just checking. You're gonna circle the letter at the beginning of it, A, B, C, or D. You're gonna circle the ones that the change is counted back in the best way. So, if they, all right. So they're gonna tell you what they put, they're going to show you how they counted it back, which coins or bills they used to count back. And if it's the best way, then you're going to circle it. If it's not the best way, you don't circle it, okay? So you can take a look at those. You'll do those all. And then in number 2, on the back of the page, you're going to do all of that because those are not going to take you very long. And again, with the finding the distance, just do your best on getting that done. I will let you skip the review on this one and just do the homework story problems, okay? Since you've got the 2 pages to do. So you may begin on that, and we will see you next time.